Have you ever wondered about the dangers merchants faced on the Silk Road? Well, beyond the harsh environmental conditions, bandits and highwaymen were a persistent threat. The Silk Road, a grand trade route linking east and west, was a beacon for these bandits, drawn by the allure of easy wealth from the valuable goods transported. The vast, desolate stretches of terrain, from towering mountains to arid deserts, provided ideal conditions for banditry. These remote landscapes offered perfect hideouts, enabling bandits to operate with a degree of anonymity. From these secluded spots, they would spring surprise attacks on unsuspecting caravans, their eyes always on the valuable goods and riches they carried. The rise of banditry on the Silk Road was an inevitable consequence of wealth meeting opportunity in a landscape that offered refuge and escape routes. This vast and desolate terrain was not just a trade route but also a perfect hideout for these bandits. Wondering how these bandits operated? Let's delve into their tactics. The bandits of the Silk Road were crafty strategists, using the element of surprise as one of their main tactics. They would lie in wait in remote areas, using the natural cover of the landscape to conceal their presence until the perfect moment to strike. Intimidation was another weapon in their arsenal. The mere sight of a band of highwaymen emerging from the shadows was often enough to strike terror into the hearts of caravan travelers, making them easy targets for plunder. Furthermore, these bandits were adept at extortion, demanding protection money from merchants in return for safe passage. This was not only a source of income for the bandits but also a means of exerting control over the trade route. Their tactics were simple yet effective, causing merchants to live in constant fear. The reign of these bandits wasn't eternal though. They eventually faced their decline. As trade along the Silk Road flourished, so did the measures to ensure its safety. Merchants began hiring armed guards, traveling in convoys, and local rulers took note. Garrisons and checkpoints sprang up along the Silk Road like guard dogs ready to pounce at the first sign of trouble. These efforts, they weren't in vain. Changes were on the horizon. The Silk Road was losing its status as a major trade route. The rise of maritime trade routes and the expansion of empires led to more centralized control. The once vast and lawless stretches of the Silk Road began to shrink, and the bandits' playground was no more. The threat of banditry started to fade into the background. Over time, the threat of banditry diminished, but the tales of these highwaymen continue to captivate us even today.